The next one. Okay, thank you, Amritesh. So, first of all, you all know why we are here, what are our goals, and how we are going to achieve it. So, we are here to learn about Android, on about Android. Amritesh, please move on to the next slide. The next one. So, what are the learning objectives we are having? So, let's talk about what you will learn as part of this new programming track of Android Study Jams. First and foremost, the goal is for you to build your first Android apps. To do this, you will install Android Studio on your computer, which is an application to build Android apps. And I think so you all might be familiar with Android Studio. Some of you might be using it. So along the way, you will be also exposed to programming concepts and the Kotlin language. We will be dealing here with the Kotlin language. So in this Android study jams, basically we will be using and to know more about Android. So first we will build our Android app. Next slide, please. I had given the link in the chat section. From there, you can move on to this page, the Android Basics and Kotlin course, and you will be able to see there will be two tracks, and I will be providing you the links how you can complete the tracks. Next slide, please. So these are going to be our pathway. I want you all to just please visit this site. I am again providing the link so that with this slide you are able to as we are moving forward in our slides. Similarly, by visiting the website, you will also be able to match us and look at the things which I am saying to you. So here we are going to have our pathways which we need to complete, and we are able to see here welcome to Android, basic in Kotlin, then building our first Android app, first program in Kotlin. So these are small activities which are provided, which are very nicely there on the documented very nicely on the site, and you can learn from there. Actually, it's also having like Amritesh, please move on to the next slide. After learning the chapter, you will be getting this quiz, and you need to complete this types of quizzes. When you complete a quiz, you will be eligible to earn a badge. And And you will also able to view your badges on the developer profile, which you had already, you will be making as I had provided you the link. So you can also visit your developer profile and see your badges. As much as tracks you will be completing, you will be able to see different badges on your profiles. In this course, you will be learning how to code in Kotlin. Kotlin is a programming language that you will use to build Android apps. Kotlin is a modern and popular programming language known for helping developers to be more productive. Kotlin allows you to be more concise when writing your code, and you can write safer code that's less prone to errors. Kotlin is a very beautiful language, and when you will be starting with it, you all will be very excited to learn more about it. To make it easier you to learn, you will be writing your code in the Kotlin Playground. I'm providing you the link of Kotlin Playground, where you can just code and run your code, and just I'm giving you the link in the chat. So you can just navigate to the Kotlin Playground. So here you can access this site, and this looks something like this, as you can see on the screen. You can write your codes in this window and hit the green arrow to it. The result of your code will be shown to you. And Android Studio, you can I think so you all know about Android Studio, and you can install it. I was thinking to show you the process of installation, but I think so nowadays everyone is enough smart to install it, and it will be take a bit longer time if I show you the installation and all the process. So I think so you all can just do that by yourselves. What is Android emulator? So in Android Studio, you can use the Android emulator, which emulate various Android devices on your computer. The emulator allows you to run your app, and it provides almost all capabilities that a real Android device would have. If you do have a physical device and want to use it, there are also instructions in the pathway to get you the setup, and which you can just visit and see. User interface, I think so you all know about what UI is. The part of your app where user interacts with it is user interface. Lastly, in pathway 3, while you will be learning, you will be dealing with the basic concept of customizing UI of a simple app, like making sign up pages or login pages, or the UI of a calculator by creating buttons and adding images. The UI of your apps includes what the app looks like and how the user interacts with it. What actually layout is? So layouts are the views. The layout of an app is the design or arrangement of what the user sees on the screen. As it's very frequent, and we all are so much into the phones, and nowadays everyone is so much dealing with phones that they are knowing what layouts is, how the designs are. So the layout of an app is the design or arrangement of what the user sees on the screen. In Android, a layout is made up of views. What are views? Coming to the views, so here are some example of types of views that are provided by Android. Text view for displaying text, image view for displaying images, and the button to perform some action when tapped. So here are the three views. You all can just navigate to the Android Android landing page, and if you are on your laptops or on your system, you all can just start with me doing this labs. Sorry for the disturbance. I was having a network issue at my end. Amritesh,
Yes, ma'am.
screen for presenting the next slide.
This one.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Amritesh, please stop presenting your screen. Thank you. So we are now moving ahead, and I will be taking you to the Android basics. I hope my screen is visible to you all.
Yes, ma'am. Good to go.
Okay, thank you. So in lesson 1, we are dealing with Kotlin basics, and we will be dealing with operators, data types, variables, conditionals, and some more. So let's get started. So here is a basic hello function which is written in Kotlin. I think so most of you are familiar with either one or two programming languages. So here is Kotlin, and this is the basic syntax of how you can print hello world in Kotlin. So here we start with the keyword fun, fun, and this is print hello is the function name, and this is in println we had written our simple message which we want to display as output, that is hello world. Coming to operators, we are having mathematical operators in Kotlin, increment, decrement operators, comparison operators, assignment operators, and equality operators. These are much similar as we have learned in other languages, other programming languages too. And I hope you all are familiar with this. These are basic operations of math operators. How Kotlin deals with math operators with doubles. So we can see the output here. If we divide double with double or multiply double with a double, the output will also be a double. Kotlin keeps numbers as primitives, but lets you call methods on number as if they were objects. As we are able to see on the screen, 2 dot times 3, and here we will get output as 6. So we can use here, call here methods on numbers. What are data types? We are having in Kotlin data types which are long, int, short, byte, and this is range as shown on the screen. Some other data types are double, float, char, boolean. Here is a small exercise for us about typecasting. One second, I think so. Someone's mic is on. Nitin Naik, can you please mute your mic? Thank you. So here we are typecasting int to byte. We are trying to typecast int to byte, but here we will be getting the error type mismatch. Inferred type is int, but byte was expected. These are all some familiar errors. I think so some of you might be knowing Java. So there also we are getting the error expected type. So it's something similar here also. So how we can correct this, or how we can overcome this error? So for this we will convert int to byte with casting. So here the syntax is I dot 2 byte. 2 byte is the function, and we will get the output. Underscore for long numbers in Kotlin. This is a new feature. This is something new which is added. So we use here underscores for long numbers. Like we are able to see in this slide, that how underscores are used, and also this increases the readability. So like for 1 million we had used for next variable ID number we had used. So coming to strings, strings are sequence of characters enclosed by double quotes, and these are some also escape sequences are also there in Kotlin. So these are some examples of strings. What is string concatenation? String concatenation is basically concatenation of two strings, or adding two strings. So we can see how we have done here a concatenation. We are having here two variables, number of dogs, number of cats, having values 3 and 2. And for concatenation purpose, we had used here plus or plus. And this is the way of getting value from a variable by using a dollar sign. So I have number of dogs will be replaced with 3 dogs plus 2 cats. So this is the output. String templates. A template expression starts with a dollar sign and can be a simple value. So val I is equals to 10, and how we can print the value for this, we need to use dollar sign. As in C we use percentage. So here we are using this in Kotlin, dollar is the sign. Or an expression inside curly braces, like val(s) is equals to ABC. And if we want the value of s dot length, the length of our string. So for this we are using the curly braces, and again in front of it a dollar sign. You all will be more familiar with this if when as soon as you are getting started with Kotlin. You will be very familiar with these syntaxes and these formats. Here are few examples, and I think so I am done with this one. Variables. Coming to variables, powerful type inference. Let the compiler infer the type. You can explicitly declare the type if needed. Also, mutable and immutable variables are there. Kotlin is statically typed language. The type is resolved at the compile time and never changes. Colon notation. Once a type has been specifying the variable type, so for this In Kotlin, once a type has been assigned by you or the compiler, you cannot change the type, otherwise we will get an error. So here we had used int and double to specify the data type and the values. Mutable, I think so. You might be knowing what mutable and immutable is. The ones who have learned Java might be knowing. So Java or Python, both the languages have this concept. So mutable means changeable. So var score is equals to 10, and this is the integer value, so it is mutable. We can assign some other value to it, like score is equals to 15 or 5. It won't give any error. But string is immutable. It is unchangeable. We cannot change it. We cannot assign something other, like in the example, val name is equals to Jennifer is the string assigned. So we cannot assign any other string like name is equals to John. Otherwise, if we do this, we will get an error. Although not strictly enforced, using immutable variables is recommended in most cases. One more thing, var is something which of which we can change values, but val cannot be reassigned. So here we will get an error, val cannot be reassigned for the size variable. What are conditionals? Kotlin features several ways to implement conditional logic. We are having here if-else statements, when statements, for loops, and while loops. This is a simple program which is having implementation of if-else. I will also provide you the slide if if you need, and you can just, if you want, you can just put a yes or something that you need yes, or your, so that I will share this the link of this slide, and you all just can go through this once if you need. So this is a basic syntax of if-else statement. I don't think so I need to spend time on this, so I'm just moving ahead. If statement with multiple cases. So this is actually if else. If we are having more conditions, so in this case we use else if. So this is also a very simple example. We are checking here a number of guests. So if guest is equals to 0, we will print no guest. If guests are less than 20, then we will print small group of people. Otherwise, else we will print large group of people. So this is for the case of multiple cases. What are ranges? Data type containing a small comparable values. Example, integers from 1 to 100 inclusive. Ranges are bounded. Objects within a range can be mutable or immutable. Ranges in if-else statements. So the two dots here we are able to see is actually a range to operator. So in this if condition, we have written number of students in the range of 1 to 100. So these two dots is a range to operator. So it will, number of students will be checked between 1 to 100. So the value of number of student variable is 50. 50 is in range of 1 to 100. So therefore we will get, so this condition is fulfilled and the output will be 50. What is when statement? As well as when statement, you can also define a when expression that provides a return value. Okay, so coming to for loops, for loops are used for iterations, iterate for doing some iteration or iteration steps. So this is, I think so, very familiar to all of us. Here, pets is array of 3 strings: dog, cat, and canary. Checking element in pets, and element might be a variable above. Sorry, element is the iterator here, and the output will be element plus the empty string. So it will be dog, cat, canary. So these 3 will be printed in each pass. We are also having in Kotlin, we are also having elements and indexes, step and size ranges, while loops. Okay, for now I think so it's too much of already. We had already came through many concepts, so I am showing you my profile, and these are the badges which you will be able to see on your profiles as soon as you complete your tracks of both the tracks of Android Study Jams. These are some of the badges. These are all the badges which will be available on your profile. And for getting certificates of Android Study Jams, you need to complete both the tracks. I will provide a link of both the tracks to you. Also, I think so completion of Android Study Jams is actually going to be very helpful for you, as Android is in demand and everyone wants to learn about Android. So I think so this will be cherry on a cake if you learn right start learning Kotlin from right now. These are the pathways: introduction to Kotlin, create your app, these all, and you can just navigate here. So I am showing you how to complete these pathways. So I am completing first pathway for you, introduction to Kotlin. This is the YouTube video which is provided here on the website. If you want, you can see. For now, I am skipping it. So I'm also skipping this one video. Write your first program in Kotlin. Create your first program in Kotlin, and for this we need to go to CodeLab. we are able to see all the exercises, and if we are going to practice, if you are going to practice all this with honesty, this will be a great platform for you to learn, because it's having a very sorted, documented part from where you can learn, and everything is provided at one single place. You don't have to go any other place to learn about Kotlin. So here is a simple function. I am just done with this one. Every pathway will have some of these activities which you need to complete. So after completing this, you will be able to see the quiz part, and as soon as you will complete the quiz, you will be able to see the badge on your Google developer profile. So what is the program? I want the answers. If any one of you are able to answer, then please answer in the chat section, so that I can complete this. What is the program? I'm just seeing in the chat section, and here is. So I'm not getting any response in the chat section. What is the program? A specific task, a tool that helps you to write code in Kotlin, a series of instruction that a computer system executes to accomplish some actions. So C is the most answered one, so I am going with the C option. Next, which keyword do you use to define a function in Kotlin? A, absolutely correct. Next one, which of the following do you need to create a Kotlin program that prints a line of text? For writing a single Kotlin program to print a line, what are the things we need to use? We will need a println. We will need main function, definitely. We will need curly braces also. So these three are the answers. This is MSQ multiple select question. So next one, what do you expect this Kotlin code will do? Print one line of text, print two lines of text, print three lines, or print two lines of text by a separated blank line? Okay, so B is the answer in comment section, so I am going with B. Are you all sure? Are you all sure with this? How would you modify this main function so that it prints a 6-layer cake for someone's 4th birthday? Val age is equals to 24, val layers is equals to 5. Print cake candles age, print cake top age, print cake bottom age, comma layers. Six layer cake for someone's 4th birthday. ठीक है. Which of these options correctly calls the function below and passes it valid input arguments? Function create message, name string, location string, age. My name is name. I am from location and okay. So which one of these four is the valid argument? First one is name, second one is location, and third one is age. Correct. So first one should be string. So AMI. Location should also be string. So Australia. And age should be a integer or a numeral. So it's 20. Now we are submitting answers. Please try again. Quiz. What is this? So okay, in this way you can complete a pathway, and as soon as you complete a pathway, you will be able to see your badge on Google Developers profile. Like if I have completed this one, so I will receive introduction to Kotlin badge. Where is it? This one badge, introduction to Kotlin badge. So in this way, you all can just learn, practice, and get all these badges. And this is the first. Which one is wrong? So okay, I'm showing it. The wrong one is okay. So this is wrong. This is partially correct. Rest all are correct. This one is okay. Let me know in the chat section which more option should I select in this third question. Comment describing what your program does, a piece of text surrounded by quotation marks. Yes, definitely this one. I think so. I cannot take it again. So in this way, you all can just complete your Android Study Jams pathways, and you will be eligible for certificates. This is our first session. I will be conducting 2 more sessions on Android Study Jams, and the last date of completing both the tracks is 10 January. So you need to complete before 10th. And you all, if you are having any queries, you all can just ask in the chat section. If you are having any query related to Android Study Jams, then please come up with it. Can you please send me course link once again? Okay, I am giving the link. So this is the link of developer profile, where you need to create your profile, and this is the link for Android Android Study Jam's landing page. So you all can take links from here. Also, I will be sharing the links on our WhatsApp groups. If you are having any other query, then please let me know. Otherwise, I am wrapping up the session. So I think so we are having no more questions. So for now I am ending this session, and thank you to you all for joining this, and I hope you all will complete Android Study Jams and learn more about Kotlin. Thank you for joining.